Shawn Michaels recently discussed how the rise of UFC has influenced the WWE to adopt a more realistic style of its in-ring work. He noted that the popularity of UFC led WWE to evolve its approach to selling moves, aiming to replicate what audiences perceive as legitimately painful moves and moving away from the overselling. James, do you believe that pro wrestling should ever react to what UFC and mixed martial arts is doing?
I would see why they would want to, but it's so hard to replicate actual combat with like open-handed fists. Like,
sure.
At this point, like, kayfabe has been so long dead that everybody knows it's like they're not really fighting. And so, like, I get what he's saying of UFC's popularity made us want to kind of make it seem more real, but I guess kind of in the way that, like, actors don't really care about if their stuff looks real. Like,
exactly.
As long as you entertain the fans at the end of the day, like, wrestling fans, I don't know if I would believe this or not, but there was a study done. WWE fans have some of the highest IQs of any other fans of any other sport.
Interesting.
They're pretty smart people. And so they understand what wrestling's supposed to be. And I've heard it so many times from people that said, like, if I wanted to watch real fighting, I would watch UFC. So people know that WWE.
That's my argument. That's 100% my argument.
But people know that WWE is scripted, or the moves are protected in some way, shape, or form. And so, yeah, I don't know if they have to necessarily react to UFC. But yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Deep?
Part of me feels like this is, WWE doing their part to get their partner in TKO over.
Gotcha.
As someone who doesn't really care about mixed martial arts, like, I've never been a big fan of actual combat fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the appeal as to why WWE would want to copy that. Vince tried it with the Brawl for All. He tried to mimic boxing, and it was absolute trash. People got hurt. It's just really hard to train. In essence, my argument is that pro wrestlers are closer to actors than fighters.
100%.
And so it's really hard to train actors unless you're Tom Cruise how to do stunts, because Tom Cruise does everything himself.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't necessarily see what the connection is. I think while there are crossovers in the fan base, I don't think as many fans watch both products.
I don't either.
As they want to believe. I don't, because I feel like even before the popularity of UFC, like during the Attitude Era, they were still trying to do more realism on TV. But also, like, my main argument with wrestling is, if there's no story, none of it matters.
Yeah.
And so the acting, the overselling is what makes someone like a Dolph Ziggler over with the fans.
Sure.
Or when The Rock hits the stunner and he does the flips 18 times over the ropes, that's what makes the move look good.
Yeah.
And so I definitely don't believe they have to react to the UFC crowd.
I'm of the opposite opinion of Shawn Michaels. I think you almost want to separate yourself more. Right. To me, unless WWE is going to start having just mid-match knockouts, because that's what makes UFC exciting, is that a match could end in 2 minutes.